everyone, very good evening. Welcome to Ecoholics, the largest platform for economics. I am Nidhi Sharma, your faculty of economics, and I welcome you all to this live class on YouTube where we are going to discuss the PYQs of NTA UGC NET examination. Everybody please join in quick so that we can together solve the questions on consumer behavior analysis, that is the cardinal and ordinal approach. So consumer behavior analysis is going to be our topic of today's discussion. So we are going to focus on the questions that have come in the NTA UGC NET examination from this particular topic. I hope you all are super excited for the YouTube class. Okay, so here is the first question on your screen. Good evening all of you, Mr. Pankaj Kumar, Akhil, Abdur Rahman. Good evening everyone. Please solve the first question that is on your screen. The economically relevant range of the total utility curve is the portion over which. What should be the answer to this question? The economically relevant range of the total utility curve is the portion over which the total utility is rising at a declining rate, the total utility is rising at an increasing rate, the total utility is maximum and constant, or the total utility is declining. What should be the right answer to this question? Just let me know your answer in the chat box. Let me know, what do you think, what is the right answer to this question? Please share your answer in the chat box so that we can solve the question together. What is the economically relevant range of the total utility curve? It is a portion over which the total utility curve is rising at a declining rate, the total utility curve is rising at an increasing rate, or the total utility is maximum and constant, or option D, the total utility is declining. What should be the right answer? Okay, so the right answer for this question would be option A. The total utility is actually rising at a declining rate. So here we are talking about the total utility curve. We are talking about this stage 2 where the total utility is definitely increasing, but it is increasing at a declining rate. Okay, this portion comes just after the inflection point where the total utility curve changes its slope. Just after the point of inflection, this is your inflection point. Here we have the inflection point. Okay, let me draw this diagram here. This portion is what we call it as total utility is rising at a declining rate just after the point of inflection. This is the inflection point, after which the total utility curve changes its slope. So option A is your right answer. Now, moving on to the second question. Which of the following concepts are most closely associated with Alfred Marshall? Okay, Alfred Marshall, a very famous economist. You have to tell that which concept is closely associated with Alfred Marshall. Whether it is marginal utility theory, price mechanism under monopoly, modern theory of wage, or interest theory. What should be the right answer to this question? Well, this is one such topic which we had discussed in our classes. We also conduct classes for NTA UGC NET and other competitive examinations of economics at Ecoholics. So this is one such concept which we have already discussed in much detail in our paid classes. So If you are new to the company, if you are new to Ecoholics, then make sure that you join our classes and also take the benefit of whatever quality education we are providing at the field in the field of economics. Okay, tell me what should be the right answer to this question. This is a very easy question, by the way. Please write down your answer in the chat box. Please write down your answer in the chat box. What should be the answer of this question? Whether marginal utility theory, or option B, price mechanism under monopoly, option C, modern theory of wage, or option D, interest theory. What should be the right answer? What should be the right answer? I am just looking at the chat box so that I can see your reply. Please tell. So the concept that is most closely associated with Alfred Marshall is actually the marginal utility theory. Marginal utility theory, you know, it was given by Sir Alfred Marshall, where he talked about the demand curve as well. So marginal utility theory is the right answer to this question. Okay, another related question, question number 3. Marginal utility curve is always rising, falling, parallel to x-axis, parallel to y-axis. What should be the right answer? The marginal utility curve is always rising, or it is always falling, or it is parallel to the x-axis, or it is parallel to the y-axis. What should be the right answer? Please share your answers in the chat box. Please be a little interactive in the chat box. Please share your answers, because it will be helpful for you to practice the questions along with me, as it can really benefit your overall preparation for the upcoming examination. Please share your answer in the chat box. Marginal utility curve is always option A, rising, option B, falling, option C, parallel to the x-axis, and option D, parallel to the y-axis. What should be the right answer? So for attempting such questions, what you should do, you should always draw a diagram. Suppose this is my total utility curve. Okay, if I have to draw the marginal utility curve, so how will I draw it? It will be something like this, right? This is my MUX, this is my TUX, right? So what can I see from this diagram? That MUX is declining and it is equals to 0, or it intersects the x-axis at the point where TU is maximum. So I can definitely say that the marginal utility curve is always, to a certain extent, it is falling. Falling must be the best option from this, from all the options that has been given to you. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Falling part of the TU curve shows increasing marginal utility, decreasing marginal utility, zero marginal utility, or negative marginal utility. Now this question has become very simple for you, very easy for you, because just now we have done a similar diagram, the same diagram I would say, where we had drawn the TU curve and MU curve with both. So with the help of that diagram, you can easily answer this question. So please share your answer in the chat box, whether it will be increasing marginal utility, decreasing marginal utility, zero marginal utility, or negative marginal utility. Please mind it. Please be very careful. Falling part of the TU curve, total utility curves, falling part, what does it denote? Mr. Pankaj Kumar, Mohit, Akhil, Abdur, please share your answer in the chat box. again do the same thing. Draw a curve. This is your TU curve. This is your MU curve. This is the maximum point of TU. Here the TU is max. And here MU is equals to 0. It is intersecting the x-axis. Now, the question is asking you about this portion, the falling portion of the TU curve. Now, corresponding to this portion, you can see that your MU is negative because it is below the x-axis. So, we can definitely say that the falling part of TU curve shows us a negative marginal utility, negative MU. Okay, negative MU would be the right answer to this question. I hope you have got a clear idea regarding how we have landed up, how we have solved this question, how we have landed up to the answer. Okay, now moving on to the next question. A consumer's demand curve can be obtained from income consumption curve, option B Angel's curve, option C price consumption curve, option D none of these. What should be the right answer? How can we derive, how can we obtain a consumer's demand curve? Whether it is from income consumption curve, whether it is from Angel's curve, whether it is from price consumption curve, or option 3 none of these. Here I am very happy to tell you all that at Ecoholics, in our batches where we teach students for NTA UGC, where we prepare them in a very comprehensive manner, we teach students at our batches, and this is the topic which just few days back I have completed in my batch with Ecoholics. So if you are also preparing for the upcoming June attempt of NTA UGC NET, then make sure to join our batches, because we are really preparing well and in a comprehensive manner for our upcoming examination. Okay, coming back to this question. What will be the answer of this question? Please tell. Okay, so the consumer's demand curve can be obtained from, the answer would be price consumption curve. Actually, with the help of price consumption curve, we can derive a downward sloping demand curve of the consumer. How can we do this? I have already explained this in my classes, so you can definitely check out those the recording of the classes for a detailed explanation. A consumer will be maximizing his utility if he allocates his money income so that, option A, the marginal utility of the last unit of each product consumed is equal. Option B, the marginal utility from the last rupee spent on each purchased product is the same. Option C, elasticity of demand is the same for all purchased products. Option D, total utility gained from each product consumed is the same. What will be the right answer of this question? A consumer will be maximizing his utility. So we are talking about utility maximization for a consumer. If he allocates his money income in such a manner. So what can be the right answer of this question? This is from the utility portion of consumer behavior analysis, and it's a very interesting part. So please tell me what should be the right answer. I am waiting for your reply in the chat box. So a consumer will be maximizing his utility if he allocates his money income so that the marginal utility of the last unit of each product consumed is equal. The marginal utility from the last rupee spent on each purchased product is the same. Elasticity of demand is the same for all purchased products, and total utility gained from each product consumed is the same. Let me tell you the right answer. Actually, option B is the right answer, where the marginal utility from the last rupee spent on each purchased product is the same. This is the right answer. Adam Smith spoke about the famous diamond water paradox to show, option A, utility is related to supply, option B, utility is related to demand, option C, utility could be the cause of value, or option D, utility could not be the cause of value? What should be the right answer to this question? What should be the right answer to this question? Well, the right answer to this question is that utility is related to demand. So this idea that utility is related to demand became a platform for the Diamond-Viator paradox, which is a very, very famous idea proposed by Sir Adam Smith. The area which lies under the demand curve for a given good measures what? What is the area that lies under the demand curve for a given good measure? A. Marginal utility, B. Total utility, C. Disutility, or D. Marginal cost of production. What should be the right answer? The area which lies under the demand curve measures the marginal utility, total utility, disutility, or the marginal cost of production. Okay, so the right answer would be total utility. The area under the demand curve of a given good measures the total utility. Okay, the next question. Total utility of a commodity can be found by option A, multiplying the number of units by its marginal utility. Option B, adding up the marginal utility of all units. Number C, multiplying price by number of units. And option D, none of these. What should be the right answer? So marginal utility is a concept which we can get the value of marginal utility by the difference between the total utilities. The difference between subsequent total utilities give us the marginal utility value. So definitely by adding up the marginal utility of all the units, we can get the total utility of a commodity. Hence, I can say that total utility of a commodity can be found by adding up the marginal utility of all units. Okay, this is the correct answer. The term optimum allocation on consumers' expenditure on various goods and services are used in law of demand, Giffen paradox, law of equ-marginal utility, or the diminishing marginal utility. What should be the right answer? We are talking about optimum allocation on consumers' expenditure on various goods and services. What is the term optimum allocation? What does the term optimum allocation tell us? Look, the term optimum allocation on consumers' expenditure on various goods and services are basically used in the concept of law of equ-marginal utility, where we try to equate the marginal utility that we get after consumption of a particular good. Okay, which of the following is most closely connected with Paul A. Samuelson? Okay, that's a very, very interesting one which we have already studied during our chronology class of Microeconomics School of Thoughts. So there we had already discussed the concept of IC, the concept of demand, the chronology, who gave the concept, and many related topics. So the right answer for this question would be actually revealed preference theory. RPT. Revealed preference theory is a concept which is most closely connected with Paul A. Samuelson. The law of equ-marginal utility tells us that if price of commodity falls, more units of it will be bought, less units of it will be bought, same units of it will be bought, or nothing will be bought. What will be the right answer? The law of equal marginal utility tells us that if the price of the commodity falls, then definitely as the price falls, more units of it will be bought. As the price falls down, we increase our demand. If the price falls down, more units of a commodity will be bought. This is what we understand from the law of equ-marginal utility. Okay, which of the following will be classified as Gossen's first law? So you have to tell about Gossen's first law. The first one is the law of substitution. Second one is the law of equi-marginal utility. Third one is the law of diminishing utility or the law of indifference. Tell me which one is the Gossen's first law. It's a very easy question. It's a very easy question. Please tell. Law of substitution, law of equi-marginal utility, law of diminishing utility or the law of indifference. What will be the right answer? So, Gossen's first law is associated with the law of diminishing utility. Law of diminishing utility is something that is associated with Gossen's first law. Okay. Next question. After reaching the saturation point, okay, the consumer has reached the saturation point. Additional unit of a commodity causes, number A, total utility to fall and marginal utility to become negative. Option B, total utility and marginal utility both to increase. Option C, total utility and marginal utility both to decrease, and total utility becomes negative and marginal utility falls. Okay, so here in this question you can definitely use the method of elimination as well. The first thing is your total utility can never become negative. So option D has been eliminated. Total utility and marginal utility both to decrease. Let's see. Total utility and marginal utility both to increase. No, MU cannot increase if you are taking additional unit of commodity. So option B has also been eliminated. Let's read option A. Total utility to fall and marginal utility to become negative. Definitely. Option A is my right answer because it is talking about the saturation point. Which is the saturation point? The point where total utility is maximum and marginal utility is equals to 0. The point where MU curve intersects with the x-axis is actually the point of saturation. And after the point of saturation, your MU curve becomes negative and your total utility declines. Total utility falls. Hence, after reaching the saturation point, additional unit of a commodity causes total utility to fall and marginal utility to become negative. So option A is my right answer. Okay, so you have understood how by using the method of elimination you can land up to the right answer. Now let's understand the next question. This is the last question for the day. Ordinal approach is based on law of maximum satisfaction. Utility cannot be measured in cardinal numbers. Utility cannot be measured in ordinal numbers, or utility can be measured. Okay. What will be the right answer of this question? Please tell. Ordinal approach is based upon which idea? The ordinal approach came up as a answer to the cardinal approach. Cardinal approach basically told that utility can be measured in cardinal numbers. But ordinal approach told no, utility cannot be measured in cardinal numbers. Rather, it can just be ranked, it can just be ordered. So, here we tell that utility cannot be measured in cardinal numbers. This is a concept on which the ordinal approach is based upon. Okay, so your option B will be the right answer to this question. Okay, understood? So by this we come to the end of this session. Thank you so much everyone. If you have any doubts, please do ask. And I would also like to tell you that Ecoholics is the largest platform of economics, and we prepare students for various competitive examinations related to economics. Feel free to join us. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel for more such contents on economics. And daily we will meet at 7 p.m. sharp at 7 p.m. to discuss the questions of NTA UGC NET. Tomorrow again we will have a similar kind of YouTube live class where we will discuss the microeconomics questions on a different topic. Today we have discussed the questions on utility. Tomorrow will be a different topic. So make sure to catch us live at 7 p.m. on Ecoholics YouTube channel. Okay. If you have any queries, you can please ask me, or else I would just end the live stream. And do not forget to like this video and also share your feedback in the comment section. And also you can visit our website ecoholics.in for further details about the courses that we offer. Okay. Thank you so much everyone.